Good morning.
Good morning.
Rufio just farted.
He farts so loud.
What was funny was I was up here one of the days. All dogs were here, and every breath he took, he farted. He probably did it for like 5 minutes. But all the other dogs are still in their house. Mm-hmm. We were gonna let them out, but I decided I want to see because they should be going nuts right now.
But Jason, that's so rude. They need to get out and go pee.
I've already shown y'all the video, and it was proof that they're fine. And
also, when you're at work all day, this is the same thing. It's the same thing.
When you put your dog in a crate or in your house, or a lot of people put them in their bathrooms.
Guess what?
They're holding it the whole time.
I'm probably going to get hate on this.
I don't care.
As a nurse.
People don't like to hear real stuff.
Real stuff here. Me as a nurse, guess what? I'm gone from the house for at least 13 hours.
Yeah.
When I'm working. And I've had dogs. Mm-hmm. And they're in the house.
Yeah. And they hold it.
Yeah.
And they're fine. What do you do when you go to sleep at night?
They're in the house.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you as a human.
Yeah.
You just sleep and then you pee in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine. It's not like the first thing I have to do is pee. Even if I have to pee, sometimes I'll still get the coffee going, go let the dogs out, and then I'll go to the bathroom. Unless you go poop, it's a different story. But the thing is, they're on the ground. They can still pee and poop if they had to. They're fine. But...
And it's a bigger area than a crate.
Yeah. And I think it's very obvious if y'all watched the Crocker Life. I think that was yesterday's video. And it showed us letting them out, and then they were chill.
Yeah.
You make them calm down. And then right now, you guys know, as soon as we start the car, they come running up in their wild. They're in their house right now. Mm-hmm. Fine.
If we let them out without saying sit, like calm down, guineas, then they will run off.
Yeah.
They go crazy. You gotta do the things. For whatever reason, if you show dogs on YouTube...
Any animals in general, but dogs.
Dogs especially, people come out and they like to tell you how wrong you are.
But the thing is these are the same people that have animals, and be offended if you want. Don't really care. You probably have a dog in your house, in your apartment, and whatever, and you never take them on walks. They stay in your house and maybe a small backyard. They never leave. They never get anything. That's not a dog to us.
Yeah.
A dog to us is, okay, wow, they have to be locked up at night. Big deal. Okay, wow, they have to wait an extra 5 minutes to learn to wait, to behave. And then y'all want to berate us on it. While your dog never sees outside.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave it at that. So this morning we were drinking our coffee, which work off.
Worklifecoffee.com.
Yeah.
Code Crockers.
Use code Crockers when buying Night Shift, the 4-pack. We were just kind of flipping through YouTube, and I was like, oh, this video says her name in it. It says Crockers. It's not what we expected. We didn't talk to these people about it. We didn't know it was coming. And it's the Scuttlebutts with IFF. It's Ivy's Forge family. Ivy's Factorum. They switched it. It used to be. I'll always know them as Ivy's Forged Homestead or what.
Sneeze. Yeah.
But they have a channel like this. I'll cover my coffee. No, don't do that. No. Your views with that person do not relate for this channel, okay?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Jackson?
Yeah, my views about it.
Yeah, no, I don't relate with that guy and what he did.
Me neither.
But their video popped up and it was Were the Crockers Right about drama or something like that. I can't remember the full title. And
Drama Free Zone. Yeah,
we watched it, and from what I'm getting out of it is I know probably more than most people how much drama comes with YouTube. Some of it is self-inflicted. Some of it is nothing you can do about it. And when you have a channel and you have numbers, maybe a lot of subs. People like people that have a lot of subs, or they like people that their views are high, or whatever it may be. They want to be involved. And in their video, and I'm only going off of our point of view of this, in their video, they're talking about the people in Arkansas. That's where they live, their local community, their family, and all that. I'm not putting words in their mouth. This is what they said. They only get invited when someone needs help with work, but they don't get invited when it comes down to fun, party, hangouts. It's just mainly, hey, we need help with labor, come on over. But when it comes down to like the real friendship side of it, they really don't get invited. That's what I got out of it. Mm-hmm. And there are some channels in the area that are larger. But as a lot of people know, channels that are larger there were a lot smaller back in the day and have gotten upset with us over not being invited, or not us not hanging out.
Yeah.
Only going to meetups and stuff. And
us not hanging out because...
Well, correct. But we're not going full details.
Yeah.
But as far as what their video was about was, hey, we're here just to be your friends. We're here to help. We're here to do whatever. Basically, again, what I got out of it is, don't just invite me over for work. If we're friends, we're friends, but let's not pretend of what it's not. We're here, the open invitation, come here, we'll go there. If you need anything, it just, feelings get hurt when you start to pick and choose those things. And then, feelings get hurt when certain people start to bash other people. In their video, they said, we're not here to pick sides. We're not here to, they're open to be friends with everybody. Mm-hmm. And
as it should be.
And
you shouldn't have to pick sides.
No, and it doesn't matter what, we've talked to our friends about this. We've talked to each other about it. We're just this type of person in general, is we can have friends we're friends with someone. We can be friends with somebody that is friends with someone else that we're not friends with. Mm-hmm. And we're okay with that. But there's been a lot of lines drawn in the sand where, no, but if you're friends with the Crockers, we won't be friends with you. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very obvious over the years of everything that's happened and where people reside now and who does stuff with this and that. And the reason we're talking about this is I hate seeing it because a lot of it boils down to us. People have to choose who they can hang out with because people don't like us. And
which, how can you not like us? You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons I don't like us. But
no, I get
as
it.
Adults, you should be okay with people who hang out with people you don't like. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I don't like is when we hang out with someone, they act like they're our friends, and then they go and talk about you behind your back. That's what we don't like. Mm-hmm. And then at that point, we're just going to just step away.
Yeah, and we understand, too, if YouTube, again, it is a business. We understand if it's a business move. Mm-hmm. But if you don't say anything to us beforehand, kind of like, hey, this is a business move, it does create where it's like, okay, this is a number. Wall? This is a numbers thing for you.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And
which we've learned to be careful as well. I know this is something that's hard to relate to, but with YouTube, you do learn the signs.
Yeah.
I guess of this person is here for numbers.
Yeah. And the thing is, at the end of the day, and I don't think everyone's like this or anything like that, the way I look at YouTube, especially since we're lucky enough to have a lot of subscribers, as you could tell, subscribers almost messed up. I was about to say subscribers mean nothing.
No.
The subscriber count means nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want people to take my words and misunderstand them.
Yeah, no.
The number of subscribers, this is the way I feel. Mm-hmm. Once you pass 1,000 subscribers and you can get monetized when you have enough hours watched, subscriber count means nothing. Mm-hmm. It's all a bragging right. And it's all a bragging right to hit 100,000 and get a plaque. I got a plaque and it's got covered in dust and not even looked at anymore.
And this is what we tell everybody too, starting off, because everybody's very focused on
numbers.
The subscriber count, which is after you get monetized,
it's meaningless.
Yeah, it's the views on your video. Yeah. That's what we'll bring in.
We have 360,000 subscribers and we're getting 36,000 views a video, so we're getting 10%. It doesn't mean anything. It just means we have very large videos that have brought in a lot of people, but they only like to see that specific thing. Mm-hmm. So if we're doing fencing, they don't care. If we're feeding the animals, they don't care. They just want to watch building. They want to watch that, which is great, and we're very much appreciative of every single person. I mean, hell, look at it. This channel has how many subscribers?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Significantly less than our main channel. Mm-hmm. But we know that everyone watches is very loyal and very awesome. And this channel it means more to us because it's actually...
It really does.
Because you want to listen to us, which is weird to us, and consume it, whether you like us or hate us. You consume it, and then you have an opinion about it. On a normal video, the Crockers, we're building whatever. You just like that content. But this, you either really like or hate us, personally, to watch this. But
there's really no gray area.
Yeah, no. We're not doing anything else to grab attention. But when it comes down to numbers, I've learned... I care more about the personal relationship with somebody than I do with somebody and their YouTube count. Some people can try to take this and say that I think I'm better than everybody and this and that. But anybody that we've hung out with on YouTube never had more subscribers than us. And I'm talking since we've been together. Back in the day, yeah, I know you hung out with Dutch and Arms and all that. I get it. Calm down, people. Calm down. Calm down. I'm talking about since we've been together. No one has had more subscribers than us. And Danielle says all the time, not all the time, just when we talk about stuff, she's like, because we joke and we're like, man, I wish Paragon and them, their channel would just blow up. And she's like, but how would you feel if their channel actually got bigger than ours? I'd be like, that's freaking awesome. I would love.
I've never said that.
Yeah. Yes, you have.
What?
Never.
We talk about all the time, like how awesome it would be if another channel did get bigger.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not. I never said that.
Well,
yes,
it just makes it sound like, well, how would you feel?
No. Well, you've just said, how would you feel if their channel blew up and was bigger than ours? Mm-hmm. And we're not talking specifically just Paragon. I threw that out there because y'all know we're friends and stuff, but. If we're talking about somebody and we're like, dang, like what if their like channel blew up, and then you've said in the past, don't make me look bad here, it's not what I said, of just you've questioned, you just said, how would you feel if your channel blew up bigger than ours? And I'm like, it would be awesome. Mm-hmm. I would be pumped, because why would you not want your friends to have a huge channel? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whose channel's bigger. This is my response. And we both agree on it and everything, is, let's say Paragon Ridge Ranch. They put out a video, and it blows up mega viral, and their channel's going great, and it's even bigger than ours. Why would we not want to see our friends do well?
Yeah, you always want to see your friends succeed.
I don't care who's bigger in numbers or whatever.
Right.
How cool would it be if their channel did insanely well? Because now we both could like build and go up, because the better off your friends do, the more you get to hang out with them, the more they don't have to like go do anything else, or Paragon them had a feed store and stuff like that before.
And they're
like
just busy all the time.
They couldn't do YouTube and hang out all the time. They were working 6 days a week. And we would hang out with Paragon every day if we could. But the thing that I could personally say this was before Danielle even came along. Chrissy brought it up being sassy the other day. I don't remember why, but I specifically remember when I first moved to the original Off-Grid, I didn't know anybody. And I had everybody and their mama on YouTube reaching out, wanting to help. And I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I just won the lottery and everybody wants to be my friend. And I don't know who actually is my friend or who wants a part of my money. And with YouTube, it is money at the end of the day. If you really break it down, when you give someone a shout out and people go to their channel and subscribe and watch on the regular, that's giving them money every month. Whether y'all know this or not, is when they get subs and views. It's
priceless.
It's money because it's constant every month. If you go watch somebody and you watch their ads and you're loyal like y'all are to us, you're giving somebody money. And that's what they're after, is money. It's a business. Everybody, no one wants to work a 9 to 5 when they could do YouTube. That's the whole dream of getting on YouTube. Some people start with the intent of, well, I'm doing this so my family can watch it, or it's a hobby. But once you start making money, you don't have to work a normal job anymore.
People get...
It's very addicting in a bad way. And so, at the original Off-Grid, I got a message from Chrissy, and I'm like, oh, it's just another message. I don't know these people. I don't know anything about them. They're a small channel that I don't even know how long they've been watching. Maybe they just found me through some of the Oklahoma channels. Maybe my videos just popped up because before I moved to Oklahoma, 10,000 views a day. I was posting daily. Then it was 30 to 50,000 views a day instantly because I got a pop from a big channel, and it was during COVID, and I was living off grid, and everyone thought the world was ending, and it just happened to be right place at the right time. It's not because I did something crazy magical. Now, I do think my story at the time, and I do think...
you were willing to do something that...
Correct, that most people wouldn't.
Yeah.
99% of people wouldn't.
You put yourself in the position
Correct.
As well, but also, again, a shout out is priceless.
It is. And I will... A lot of people think that I have this hatred towards Dutch, keeping it Dutch. I don't like the guy now, personally. I'm not a fan of him. I don't watch his videos, but I will always be grateful for that time in my life that I had the opportunity to get the land. I had the opportunity to get the shout-outs. Now, I won a competition. He didn't know who I was. He didn't handpick me. He put out a competition, and I won. And then he saw the channel and everything. And this is what helped boost me mentally, was keeping it Dutch and Arms family. Literally said, we see something in you that your channel's gonna blow up. Like, you know how to do video work, like you have the personality for it, you're doing all this, like, you have it.
And typically when somebody, because they also want something out of it.
Correct.
Well.
Oh, they...
Not saying anything bad, but that's just the way YouTube works.
They 100% knew what they were getting out of it. Yeah. And they literally told me, and this isn't a bad thing, they said, when you make it big, don't forget who helped you. And do I hang out with them anymore? No. But they gained from me, and I gained from them. And I know that I got a lot of people that don't even watch Dutch no more, that not only watch me, but they watch me and not Dutch anymore out of the whole thing. And I know that every month when we get a paycheck, it's because of that. I'm aware of that, and I'm aware of all of it. I guess what I'm getting back to with Paragon and them is they reached out, and they offered to bring their skid steer over and do all this stuff. And I didn't know who to trust because I was already starting to deal with stuff in my personal life. I felt already weird with people and trust issues and all sorts of stuff. So I kind of just didn't take them up on their offer. I ended up meeting them at the meetup. And then from that point on, I became friends with them. It wasn't long after that I went to their house and hung out, and a little mullet dude ended up being like a little brother to me, and now he's a big brother to me. But I ended up getting to know them on a personal level, and something that I learned years ago, I've known Paragon now for probably 5 years, maybe even 6 years. We've been together almost 4 years, and I've known him since.
Well, you moved here in 2020, so it's almost 2025.
The end of 19, so yeah, 20, beginning of 20, and then I don't know exactly when the meetup was and all that. I've known him at least 4 or 5 years, and I learned a long time ago with them was they never pushed it, they never pushed anything, they never tried to use us for our name, they never tried to use for anything. They told us straight up.
We have to tell them to put our name in a title.
Yeah.
Or like do it.
Yeah, we told what I learned from Jeremy is the most loyal person you'll ever meet to a fault that probably bites him in the butt 9 times out of 10. Being super loyal, you get taken advantage of and all the type of stuff. And I didn't trust Chrissy further than I could throw her. And because I didn't know. I'm going off of how I felt from other people and stuff like that. I didn't know. And it took me a while to fully grasp.
Well, you just had your wall up with everybody.
Well, yes. And it ain't nothing against Chrissy. It's just more of, there's something with Jeremy that I got, I think just like personal conversations and stuff. And I never really had a real personal conversation with Chrissy for a while. Because me being a guy, I felt like I could talk to a guy more, and one day it just clicked with Chrissy, and I saw a different side of her. We saw a different side of her. Not that she has different sides, nothing like that. We saw a more personal side.
Well, I think what it was is you let your guard down.
Well, correct, and
you were able to see.
I think I did, and I think she did.
Yeah.
In this certain time. Not that I wasn't friends with them, not that I didn't trust them or anything like that. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying the bond became very real whenever it was like there was just this moment like, holy cow. Like, wow. Like, these are lifelong friends that would literally do anything. I mean, anything. Y'all seen, at the drop of a hat, they came out and helped us with our pad. Their tire blew out and stuff, and then they were going to go back, and then they stayed even longer and helped. They're just that type of person.
I'm going
to embarrass Jeremy. He'll just call me like, man, I haven't heard from you in a long time.
Yeah.
We haven't hung out. Like, what's going on? Just fill me in. How's things going and stuff. And
that's once you can just like hang out, sit around, chill.
It's great. And again, we tell them all the time, yeah, let's do a video. We're here. Let's film something. And Chrissy's like, I don't want it to be when y'all come over, we film. And I'm like, well, no, but this is your job.
Yeah.
And it's our job. We're not going to film the whole time. Y'all know that. Let's film some stuff. Whatever y'all are doing, we want to be a part of it. We want, y'all help us. We want to help y'all. We want to do stuff. And, throughout all that, I guess to round it back into everything we're talking about with drama and stuff like that, it's, you learn in this field that to some people, you're a friend. To some people, you're just a stepping stone. And to some people, you will only be a number. And that was probably the hardest pill for me to swallow.
Yeah, I could say, like, I remember my first feeling of that, of like where you can see it, where you truly are being used.
Oh, you feel sick to your stomach.
It is.
It's gut-wrenching.
You're like, I thought we were, like...
I thought it was more than this.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a very tough feeling.
Yeah.
And, two, we get it. It's business. But when YouTube is people, too, and it's not just straight up, hey, this is a business move, I'm trying to do this. Like, okay, gotcha. We can get on board with that. But that's what it's truly like a gross feeling.
Yeah.
And it is hard to shake.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people that watch will ever understand.
Yeah.
Y'all can watch and see stuff, and you can understand to an extent.
Yeah, like even again, like because I jumped in on this, I would hear you guys talk about it, different things and that, and then which is like you kind of have an understanding, but then whenever you feel it for you're like, whoa.
And I had that happen to me a lot, and like a lot when when my channel started blowing up, I went from literally never doing a video with anybody to all of a sudden I have all these new people wanting to do videos with me. And then when I didn't want to do a video, they would bash me. But I'm like,
that's what it turns into.
Were you trying to be my friend or try to gain something from me? Because now if you're mad that we're not doing a video, that means we're not even friends. And when you deal with that over and over and over and over, yes, I was part of the problem with some of it because I would let it affect me and I would talk trash and I would do videos, whatever. But, like, I had enough at that point. And I hit my breaking point and I was like, I've got nothing to lose. I'm calling all these out. I'm calling them all out. I don't care. And I went through a whole phase of going through a lot of stuff. I went through a bad relationship on the internet and had half the people bashing me. Videos talked about me. I had friends that I thought were friends that ended up being enemies, going to be friends with the other person and then bashing me. And then I had problems with my family. And then I had problems with new people coming in. It was a whole time frame in my life where I was just like, I'm a lone wolf and I'm here to bite.
People make channels specifically to mock you.
Yeah, there was a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah, and so I just blew up.
Now it's just like,
Yeah, now I don't care what anybody says for anything. I don't care at all. I'm just like, I'm gonna leave in silence. You won't even know. I just leave in silence. And it took me a long time, but it affected me for a long, long time. And watching that video this morning and knowing that we see both sides of it, where as a large YouTube channel, you have so many people offering to help and you don't know who's there to actually, who wants to be your friend and who wants just to blow their channel up. I understand the channels that maybe just invite people over to work, but not to play. But we never invited anyone over to work that wasn't going to be someone that you want to hang out with. We've never, that's why people for so long were like, just have people come out, have big work parties, have whatever. No, because all you're doing is taking advantage of people. And that video this morning, watching that, they got taken advantage of. And it's channels that they felt like they were friends with because they were getting invited to these things. It was where they felt like they were a part of a community. You're not part of a community when all they want is something from you other than friendship. So,
and then also, if all you're wanting out of it is numbers,
then you're not in it for the right reason. Yeah. We're not talking about that video.
Yeah,
we're not talking about those people in general.
A roundabout.
But if you are going and you want to be friends with people and you want to be a part of that, you talk about a gut-wrenching feeling knowing, man, no one wants to be around me. Maybe, is it because my channel's not big enough for them to benefit? Do they just not like me personally? What did I do wrong? Do they not like me because I'm friends with the Crockers? There's a lot that goes into it that I can't answer those questions for people. But maybe now, I think it's becoming clear. Drama on YouTube doesn't just stick around us. It doesn't just stick around me.
Yeah.
It's all over.
Yeah.
And I don't care. It could
what area you're in.
Yeah, there's probably knitting channels that have drama.
Yeah, anything with YouTube, because again, it's a business, but the most personal business.
Because the business is about you.
So, and then, yeah, you yourself
are the business.
So
people want to use you to benefit themselves, and that hurts the most.
Yeah, it creates a crazy environment.
Yeah.
You gotta learn from. And I think watching, so again, I was kind of a third party member stepping in, seeing it all. What I've noticed too is everybody will go through the waves of it all.
Yep.
It's just time.
Yep. If you are a small channel and you feel
that's what we always say, is like they're gonna learn.
Yeah, if you're a small channel and you feel used or attacked or whatever, wait till your channel gets big,
and then
you'll understand it. And we're not saying, and we're not specifically talking about just the people in this video or whatever. What we're saying is, some people will only like you for what you can offer them. I can't tell you how many people that I did videos with, and they wanted to come out and do videos, and not once did they ever help build our property up, help even offer, but they would want to do videos all the time. I'm not friends with them anymore because they weren't ever my friend, and they just wanted to boost their channel. And then now that YouTube's not a thing for them, they're no longer contacting me. They don't reach out. They don't do nothing. There's a lot of people like that. So many channels that aren't even channels anymore. They probably still watch some stuff, but they don't reach out. They don't do anything with me at all. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Be like, dude, I thought we were friends. I thought we were more than this, but we're not. And it's the reality of, who do I trust in my personal life? And if I start seeing signs of people that are using me, people that I do things that I feel like are a little shady, whether they mean it or not, whether, whatever the case may be, I'm just going to silently walk away. And
so no more get on YouTube talking about it by name?
What?
Huh?
By name?
Well, that's what I was going to say is like the difference.
I'm not going to post a video bashing somebody. I'm just going to ghost them. I'm just going to be gone. I'm just going to transparently go in the background. Mm-hmm. I don't, you get nothing out of it by bashing someone on the internet other than revenge. To let your story be told, which just brings more drama. Mm-hmm.
Which, that's another thing. You see, YouTube does put you in the mindset where you're constantly defending yourself. Mm-hmm. Whether it be comments or other people. Mm-hmm. So it's just like you're in that zone all the time, defense, attack. Like,
yeah.
That's just like, it's a weird thing. But like once you recognize it, you can correct it.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of people will call out big channels just to benefit their channel.
Yeah.
We've had that happen many, many times. Of people putting our name in the title just to get views, and they'll try to bash us, or there was videos out there that weren't even involved in anything at all. And then they would put our name in the title, be like, well, this is why I think you're just only doing this to get views. You're not doing it because you're trying to defend us or whatever. You're doing it strictly for views. And it's a hard pill to swallow on our end.
Which again, it's business.
It is. And I understand it. And,
we are the business.
And I did videos in the past with people's names in it, but I was personally involved with these people.
Right. But again, it's all like a learning thing.
It is. And
the ups and downs with it all.
All I can say is, what goes around comes around. And for all those people that got mad at us over things, you're now dealing with it. Mm-hmm. And for people that have used us and maybe not have actually physically said they used us, but they know they did, what goes around comes around. And I'm very much aware. I'm very observant. I play dumb. I play very dumb in a lot of situations. But I know what's going on. I'm smart enough to know what's going on. I'm just going to stay quiet about it. And I'm going to watch, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to not do it again. And when you do it again, mental note. You do it again, mental note. You do it again, mental note. Mm-hmm. At that point, I gave you enough tries, and you took advantage of it, and I'm gone. And watching that video this morning is the only reason we're even talking about this, because I think, one, it shows we're not the only people dealing with this. Two, if you are a small channel, which a lot of smaller channels watch this, be very aware how you treat people, because what goes around comes around. And just always stay as loyal to your beliefs as possible. And if you actually want to be friends with someone, you do something in a way of, you know that in return you might not get anything out of it. And you know in return...
Yeah, that's friendship.
Yeah, and you know in return that you might not be invited to hang out. Just know in return you might get taken advantage of. Just know every outcome. But do it because you know in your heart it's what you want to do. And if it comes down to it, and you feel used, you feel cheated, you feel disrespected, mental note, if they do it again, walk away. I don't want anyone to have the reputation on YouTube that I have. I don't want anyone to have the hate groups after them like we have. I don't want it to affect your daily life. There was a point in time where Danielle and I
didn't want to go to Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, truly, because it was a little bit scary. Just things like that.
Yeah.
Where it affected us, like, that much.
Yeah. We're still dealing with the same type of people.
Yeah, but we've learned.
The moment we see that comment, block, delete. They create a new channel daily, block, delete, block, delete. That's your job to be doing those. If you want to spend the time to put one comment, or they'll do it whenever we're like asleep or something, and we'll wake up, there'll be like 800 comments because they went back to comment to everybody. If that's what tickles your fancy, hey, so be it, because it tickles our fancy to block you. Truly, this morning Danielle saw one. She's like, "Oh, another one." Hey, and this is how you can pick them real quick. Their names. One was Narcissist Jason.
Yeah.
One was Big Brother Matt.
Yeah.
One was, I don't know. They've been doing all these where it's very obvious.
Yeah.
Thank you for the entertainment. And at the end of the day, these people, all they do is give us more content to talk about. You're not hurting us in the slightest. You're not going to convince anybody at this point in our life that they shouldn't like us. Yeah. They either like us or they don't.
You got your group.
Yeah, you got your little group.
You might gain more based off if we don't interact with some people, but
those people didn't like us anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother us.
Yeah. But anyway, the whole thing is a lesson.
It is. Yeah. And I don't want anyone to go down the same path that I have personally and that we have together. I don't want to see anyone go down it. And this is the same thing. It all reverts back to even in your own life. If you have friends, a group of friends, you have maybe a group of people at church that you only talk to at church, but then they don't invite you to lunch after or whatever. Maybe at school or work or whatever. Just be smart enough to take mental notes of how people react to what you do and how...
And don't let it change who you are.
Don't change who you are. Just change who you give that to. And that's the best thing you can do. And you probably will never, unless something very, very bad happens and someone's bashing us and putting all the stuff out there, would we ever address anyone specifically on the internet and put their name. You'll probably never see another bashing video again from us, ever. Which... I feel very grateful to say that because I don't want to be that person. I'm 40, creeping into my 40s, and I don't have time for that. I don't have time for any drama. And I'm the type of person that I'm just going to say it and tell you how I feel, and I'm moving on. And that's that. I told people this long ago, and I'll say it again, especially when it comes to YouTube. I didn't get on YouTube to make friends. Mm-hmm. If I make friends through YouTube, that's a massive bonus.
It is.
But
it is crazy. We did meet, like...
Our best friends.
Off
of YouTube.
So, super grateful for that.
But...
Shout out to Paragon.
Yeah, I didn't get on YouTube to make friends. And if someone wants to be friends, and we're not friends... I apologize, but I didn't come here to make friends. It's kind of like they said in that video. There's a lot of people that are acquaintances, and there's a lot of people from YouTube, people that come to the meetups, people that have channels. I really do feel like we're good. I like seeing them at the meetups. I like if we saw them out and about or whatever it may be. I would gladly sit and talk for hours with you and hang out and do all stuff, but I'm probably not going to talk to you on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means we're not friends to that extent. And people get real upset when they want that, but they don't get it. But you have to realize when people on the internet and they have thousands of people that watch and want to be involved and want to be a part of stuff, that's a lot of pressure you're putting on people. That's something too that y'all need to take into consideration. If you have, say, a small channel or even a viewer or whatever, and these large channels you watch, you feel like you're friends because you watch and you know everything about them. But don't put the pressure on them to become your friend. Actually, the more that you lay off of that and just cool, you're going to stand out over everybody. And to bring it back to Paragon, They offered the help 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And now we talk all the time. We hang out all the time.
Yeah.
They're literally the best friends you could ever ask for.
Yeah, we'll go hang out and watch the baby Parky
play baseball, and
go to those games, or watch him castrate a pig.
Yeah, he just went, and we went with them.
Yeah, because we're like, oh, let's go. You become, I don't know, it's different.
Yeah, and they wanted to be friends years and years ago, and they just sat back and said, hey, we're not going to push it. We're not going to use their name. We're not going to pick and choose sides between people. We're not going to do this. We're just going to stay loyal, and they're the best friends you can ever ask for. And just think about that as a viewer or a channel or whatever that wants to be friends with people. Don't put pressure on someone like that. And sometimes maybe they're already dealing with a lot of stuff from other people that they don't have the mental space in the moment to even see outside of that. There was a time that I had my wall up and I wouldn't let anybody in. And it's probably some of the nicest people. I just didn't even allow it because I'd got screwed over and over and over. So who am I to rant for 41 minutes about all this? But I do feel like I have a lot of experience.
Yeah, it could be something you guys take away from if you are a channel.
I think a lot of people will get something out of it.
Yeah, and again, most of this stuff is, especially if you're like us, you can be warned this and that, but you just have to learn through experience anyway.
Yeah.
But you just have this in the back of your head.
Yeah.
So
if you are a channel, really, really think about how you treat other channels, big or small. Whether that's getting help from somebody, using them for the size of the channel.
And that's the thing too, is here's a great piece of advice. If it is a business move,
be up
say
front.
that.
Just be up front.
Do not act like you're friends.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just be like, hey, business move, I'm trying to grow my channel. I'll come do this and this and this if I'm, if it's all up front and you know what it is, there's no backstabbing, which is like, I don't understand why people aren't like that.
I've actually had that experience.
Yeah.
I didn't take them up for it yet or anything, but I was at a meetup, and this is a person that I actually had been in their video before and talked to and met at meetups and everything. And at one of the meetups, he came up to me, and his channel started doing really well. He started doing daily vlogs and pumping out videos. He did the grinding. He did it all, and I got nothing but respect for this guy. Mm-hmm. And he came up and said, I'm going to be honest with you. I came here to mingle and to do business. I want this, and I want you to know that I'm willing to help in this way. I have these ways of helping you, and it's 100% business, and I want you to know that you will get this out of me, and I will be getting this from you.
And you're like,
and I have the utmost respect for that person. I would rather deal with that every single time than someone to act like my friend to use me and bounce. I've dealt with that time and time and time and time again.
Another piece of advice. If you are doing something for a business move, but you have friends and there's like a rift type of thing, you tell the other person first. You say, hey, business move, I got to do this.
Yeah.
And this, it's like, great.
So then it's not a kick in the nads when you find out.
So these are great little nuggets of advice.
Yeah.
But again, everybody will learn as you go through it.
Yeah. And again, this doesn't have to be just straight YouTube. It could be in anything. We just clearly do YouTube. And then we saw that video, and I told Danielle, I said, just go with me on this. Because if I would have said, we're going to talk about this, she'd be like, oh, I ain't bringing it up. I ain't saying nothing. But it's just more of, I hate watching someone else go through something I already went through, because it was some of the darkest times in my life where you just get used and used and used. And it's not a good feeling, and I don't want to see anyone else go through it. So watching that video, it's heartbreaking, but we understand both sides of it.
Another thing you hate to see, wearing your shoes?
I don't hate to see it. I just hate to see when I'm looking for my shoes and you're like, yeah, I don't know where they're at. And they're on our feet.
I thought you looked down and just saw me wearing them.
Well, earlier I did. I know you're wearing them, but yesterday I was like, "Where are my flip flops?" Like,
and I was just standing there wearing them. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, I brought them in here. Where are they? And she had them on her feet. But anyways, you guys will see on the Crocker Life video coming out today.
Yeah, I gotta edit it up.
She gets what she deserves. She took a beating, and it was all self-inflicted.
I don't know if you see.
There's part of it.
Yeah, I can't show you the rest.
All I'll say is she got a little sassy, and then she fell on her assy.
Yeah, I wasn't getting. I was flirting.
Yeah, you were. It's funny. I wish I was filming because it was the perfect timing ever.
Oh,
don't ruin it.
Yeah, the GoPro went flying.
Oh,
everything.
Yeah.
It was.
I ran after the GoPro. Please don't break. As you fell, and I'm like, I'm just kidding. I was sitting on the tractor, and it just happened so fast, and I'm just laughing. It was one of those you just like. I know in my head I'm like, I should be asking how she's doing. Are you all right? But I can't stop laughing. It was the perfect timing.
You did ask.
Well, I did, but like, it took me a second. Like, I was laughing first, but it was the I wish we would have filmed the whole thing because it was perfect. It was like, so, yeah. But anywho, thanks for listening to us rant. This one's gonna come out clearly a little later. It's a long video. It's gonna take a while to upload, but we are working on some stuff. We're posting more on Crocker Life of some of the work we're doing, just because it's easier to pump out that type of content that we're doing on there. And then as far as the Crockers go, what is today? Thursday?
Yeah.
We might
Wednesday. No?
I think it's Thursday.
I don't know.
I think it's Thursday. Is it? I don't know. Maybe is today Friday?
No, because I'd be missing my hair appointment.
Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
We might go live tonight. So
we haven't done it in a while.
We haven't gone live in a long time.
I say we do it.
So if you made it this far, now we don't know how well it's going to work. True. It has
That's
not
kind
been
of why
working
we stopped
great.
Going live because
it just doesn't work great. So we'll try to figure that out and all that. But appreciate you guys, and if you take anything from this, it's just be a decent human and do things with no expectations back. Mm-hmm. Don't use people. You know deep down if you're using people, shame on you, and think how you would feel if someone did it to you. That's kindergarten math right there. Something simple that your parents should have taught you when you were kids. But when you get to being an adult, you kind of forget things for whatever reason.
I think it's because you go through trials yourself.
Yeah.
And it kind of changes who you are a little bit. And it's just...
Yeah. I'm just glad that I can say I went through it and I came out a better person on top. I'm not going to be that person anymore. I don't want to be that person. And anybody that can help not become what I was for a while, I would gladly use my pain.
You act like you're this awful person, but...
No, I'm talking more about, like, retaliating and...
Oh, well, that...
Yeah, I was a terrible person at that.
But also...
I had a good heart, and I got taken advantage of, but...
It's just more so, too, like, you want to defend yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
More than anything. Yeah. Jason is the... He fights for truth. Yeah. And justice. Yeah. Especially when it comes to, like...
Don't lie about me.
Him as a person. Yeah.
Some people probably wouldn't think this, but I'm very much on morals.
Yeah.
On a moral standpoint.
But when it comes to, like, truth, justice, and, like, defending, like, who you are as a person when things get put out, like, does create this thing in you where you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm defending myself, and I'm gonna put my truth out there,
and you ain't gonna lie about me.
Yeah, so I think it does create that, but then also I think over time you weren't a bad person. You just have learned a different way, more so to handle that the truth and justice fighter that is within. Yeah. Right?
That'd be... I could not have said it better.
I got you, baby.
That's why you're with me. All right, guys. We'll catch you next one.